Okay, so to start, I'm recording for period 4. You're going to come in and fill out this Congress pre-quiz. So set up your notebook for Unit 4, Congress, which I do plan on teaching before Christmas break. And actually, these questions on the board, I want you guys to know the answers by the day of the final. Okay? Hint, hint, hint. Hint, hint, hint. Okay? And so on assignment 3, after you set up your notebook, can you write down each of these questions and then guess the answers, maybe with pencil. Get out a couple different inks. I will go over the answers in a bit, but try to guess the answers. And then after you can't guess anymore, I want you to check the very first notes we ever did in class. It's like a handout in Unit 1 called Democracy in the U.S. I think right around there, like on the back of it, page 4, that there is like a flow chart we did where we talked about the Senate and the House. And I bet you find a lot of the answers there. But first, use your brain. When that doesn't work anymore, use the notes. And if that doesn't work, I'll give you the answers in just a second. Is there a pause button? Anybody use OBS? But there's no pause. It's just like go and don't go. That's unfortunate. All right. I guess we're just gonna let it record because I don't want to end up with 2 videos. So you have like 2 minutes to try to guess the rest of these answers or find the rest of these answers, and then I'm gonna tell you what the answers are.
I kind of
Some attempts.
got my voice for this one.
What? Don't forget about your Secret Santa.
It's next week.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
You just keep it until the day of.
What if they aren't here for the Secret Santa? Yeah.
You bring your gift early, and if anybody has Jonathan, you could bring his gift early. But it's not really your fault that he's leaving. So, if a lot of times kids bring a gift and then we just put it in the cupboard, and Jonathan gets it when we come back from break.
Should I throw in my notebook at that?
That's fine.
Yeah, we'll get you some chocolate.
Okay, I'm just about ready to go over the answers unless you need more time. Who needs more time? No? Okay. I would... What's that? Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Can you take out a different color ink, if possible, to indicate that this is like the answer key, okay? Because you wrote some answers already. And I can pretty much guarantee you're going to see these same questions scrambled on the day of the final. Like, not multiple choice. Like, looking like this. So could you do it with writing? Could you do it with your memory and writing with no answer bank in front of you? Okay? Here we go. Number 1. How many people are in the Senate? 100. 100 people are in the Senate. So that means how many senators per state, y'all? 2. So go down to number 4. How many senators does California have? 2. No matter what state I ask you, the answer is always 2. Hawaii, Alaska, California, Texas. 2, 2, 2, 2. All right. Question 2. This is a harder one. If you knew this from memory, I'm impressed. How many people are in the House of Representatives? 435. I don't know why we exactly got that number, but that's the number. We said it like 100 years ago, and we kept it the same. 435. So that's a weird number. So how do we determine like how many reps a state has? Population. Okay. So the bigger the state population-wise, the more representatives they're going to have. For instance, California has 52 representatives. 52 representatives. Okay, let's keep going. There is a rule for the least amount of reps that a state could have. I said that earlier, huh? But it's wrong. Or did I say that earlier? In my brain, I was thinking it, but it's not 2. What's the least amount of reps a state can have? 1. And when I say reps, I mean House of Rep people. So like Wyoming has 1 person in the House of Rep. And, North Dakota has 1 person in the House of Reps.
It's like flyover states.
Now they still get, they hate when you call them flyover states.
No.
They hate it. Now they still get 2 senators, even if it's Wyoming. So California, Wyoming, 2 senators. So again, question 3 is 1. Question 4 is 2. How long is a term in the House of Representatives? 2 years. 2 years. So our local rep, he runs every 2 years. I want to jump to question 7 because it piggybacks on the other one. How much of the House of Reps is up for election every 2 years? 100% of it, all of it. All of the House of Reps is up for election every 2 years. The House of Reps was meant to be very responsive to the people. So that we'd have a lot of elections all the time. So when the country got mad at the president, we could check his power. Going backwards to number 6, how long is a term for the Senate? 6 years. 6 years. So Kamala Harris used to be a California senator. She served a 6-year term. And then she got a promotion to be vice president. Now I'm jumping to number 8. What percentage of the Senate is up for election every 2 years? You remember this weird thing? 33%, a third. 33% of the Senate is up for election every 2 years. It's kind of complicated. Picture 100% bar, and then a third of it is 2 years here, 2 years later, 2 years later. So that by 6 years, everyone has been up for election. It was designed this way so that the Senate would be slower to change. It's like the opposite of the House. It would be hard to change the Senate. It would be the stable thing, not the unstable thing. Were you going to say something, Jane?
I thought there were some questions.
Okay. I'm on 9. Okay. What is the name of our local House of Rep person? Ken, K-E-N, Calvert, C-A-L-V-E-R-T, Calvert. There's a problem with that now, though, because Eastdale's been split in half. So if you live past, the 99-cent store, you actually don't have Ken Calvert. You have someone who represents, Chino. I think she's an Asian-American woman, Democrat. And Ken Calvert is a white Republican man. So very different. Should we look it up? Let's Google it. I should learn this lady's name. Chino House of Rep. Norma Torres. That doesn't sound Asian.
It's more Hispanic.
Yeah, it sounds that way.
Go images and it'll be that person.
Norma Torres Chino. There she is. Norma Torres. So she...
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure she represents, if you live in Eastvale and you live past the 99-cent store, going over towards Limonite, I'm pretty sure she represents you. So I will take, on the day of the test, I will take Ken Calvert or Norma Torres.
Or.
Yeah, or. It basically depends on where you live. Who lives in Norma Torres's district? Do you understand my explanation? Basically, if you live really close to Roosevelt High School, you're in Ken Calvert. But imagine you're driving down Hamner and you cross the 99-cent store. You're going towards Limonite. You are now in Norma Torres's. So picture a line. What is this street? Schleichman?
Hamner Schleichman.
Schleichman. Imagine Schleichman cuts Eastvale in half. Not even a half, right? More like a quarter or something. If you live on that 2/3 that's left, you're in Norma Torres's district. Different political party. Number 10. Now it gets a little bit hard. What is a special power that just the House has? There's a couple right answers. All right. Number one is they can start impeachment. But we'll write another one just in case. Only they can start impeachment. Another power they have is that any bill that has to do with what? Taxes and money has to start with the House. Why would we make a bill that has to do with taxes and money start in the House? What did I tell you earlier? They're the most, what? They should be the most responsive to the people. They have such frequent elections. If we were mad at them for increasing taxes, we could vote them out 2 years later. There's a reason we gave them the power to increase taxes. And finally, number 11 also has a couple right answers. One could be what? The opposite. So they run the trial for impeachment. And anybody see your notes from Unit 1? What's another power they have? Yeah, it's kind of vague, but they much more often, they're checking the power of the president. They have to approve his treaties. They have to approve his judges. They have to approve his cabinet. And so they're checking the power of the president. That's it for Congress pre-test. Make sure that you know these answers over the next week, okay? You'll be in good shape. So that'll be its own